3 years ago. I was about 18. Was tall and fit, so I wasn't scared to walk through the woods alone, as I was when I was a kid. Me and my mate decided to go by foot from our town to the neighboring village to hang around. Road that connects to it is around 3 kilometers long, and is surrounded by forest. Anywho, we spend too much time goofing around in the village, and it's getting late. Summertime, and now it's around 9 p.m., getting dark. We didn't want to walk back and tried to find a ride, but our friend with a car wasn't home. No problem, we'll just walk and maybe catch some ride on the road. Now, it's around 10 p.m., and it's dark. It wasn't our first time walking that road in the dark, though. We get to the entrance of the forest road, and inside is even more dark, like pitch black. We wait a few minutes to see if a car will pass by. Nothing. Turn on flashlights on our phones and play some music. We talk and joke as we go. We're getting close to the middle of the road, 1.5 kilometers in both directions. As we're talking and music is playing, I hear something like children laughter to my right. It's coming from inside the woods from a small hill up on my right. First, I thought that maybe it was my music. Look to my mate, and he looks at me like he heard it too. We turn off the music and wait in silence for about 20 seconds. Just as we're going to dismiss it as music, we hear it again. This time there was no interference. We heard it loud and clear. To our right on the forest hill in the pitch black, some 50 meters away from us, a bunch of children were giggling and laughing. It lasted for 2 or 3 seconds. What the fuck, that AVI? My first thought was, what the fuck are children doing in the forest at this time? As I was thinking that, I said it to my mate. What are children doing here this late? He has no idea. He tells me, it's weird, we don't see any flashlights coming from the hill. I'm thinking that it's very unlikely that children will be there. First of all, no way children are brave enough to be in the forest alone. Second, there is no sane parent that will go with their children to the forest at dark. Especially because from that direction, there wasn't a road, just a forest. What the fuck would they be doing outside the road? I try to rationally explain what I had just heard, but I can't. Best explanation that I had was that parents took their kids to collect mushrooms in the dark. I know it's silly, and I knew it too, but at the moment, my brain just went haywire trying to explain a situation. Another explanation I had was maybe it was the hunters, but that doesn't explain the children laughter. Now some 5 seconds passed since we heard it. Thinking it may be humans or maybe hunters, we yell in deep voice, "Is anyone there?" Everything goes silent. No reply. We go full survival mode. We didn't communicate except for that part when he said that it's weird that they don't have a flashlight. Basically, our thought process was very similar and we didn't have to say much. We just glanced at each other and understood our thoughts. We stand back to back. I look to our six and left while he looks to our right and front. We are both aware that we are right in the middle of the road. There is no way we can outrun something by running 1.5 kilometers. We are both aware that we can't run, so we'll probably need to stand ground. We say to each other, "Whatever happens, no running. Stand ground and make loud noises if you see anything." Now that I think of it, we prepped ourselves as if it was a bear. Just stand tall and make noises is what documentaries taught us, and no running. I explicitly repeat to him that if something does poop out from the forest, just stand your ground, raise your hands, and make loud noises. As we are waiting around, a minute passes. We hope that a car will pass, but no sound of it. Everything is silent. Since a minute has passed, I suggest we go slowly back to our village, while we are still back to back. Suddenly, another laughter. This time in front of us, but a little further. Little relief that it was further away this time. Still, we don't know what it was, or how many of them are there, so we stay cautious. Very, very slowly start moving to the village, still back to back. We didn't pass even a few meters when we hear something like a dog crying or squeaking in front of us. coming from the same place we heard laughter. Mate tells me that the sound came very close to the road, and it was coming from like 60 meters in front of us. It lasted for 1 or 2 seconds, and we heard it twice. Little backstory: my mate had a dog who he loved very much, and that day his brother came to visit us at the village while going on foot and walking that dog. Now, for some reason, my mate, yeah, that fucker, he thought for some reason that might be his dog crying. I was like, what the fuck? No. He proposes, we go to the sound. I immediately say no fucking way. We go back. This fucker won't go back, .jpg. He fucking starts slowly walking to the sound direction, and since I didn't want to break our formation of back to back, I follow. Immediately think of horror movies where they split and die. Also where they go to danger and die. LOL.avi, this is how we die. We go silent as we're approaching. Full commando mode. Adrenaline at maximum. I remember thinking that I would probably start a fight, even with a bear at this point. We come to the location, and nothing. No sound of anything. We proceed heading to the town direction. He admits it was a very stupid thing to do, and he doesn't know why he did it. Says he couldn't rationally think. We are still in survival mode, full commando. As we walk some 150 meters, we break our formation of back to back and start walking really fast, while constantly looking to our back. Suddenly, and I fucking shit you not, a huge fucking owl flies right above us. Like, literally 1 meter above us. It came from our front. My mind is dead. No fucking explanation for anything. As it went to the forest, we just said, fuck it. If we're gonna die, then it's meant to be. We start jogging. Still not a single fucking car. The road never had lots of traffic, maybe a dozen of cars in 24 hours. We make it out of the village and to his home. As adrenaline goes away, we are both shocked, pale as flour. We tell his mother and she's shocked too. Says she has no idea what the fuck it could be. I come to my home and my mother doesn't have an explanation either. Anyway, a month passes and I go visit my dad, parents divorced. We didn't go through the forest since then, except by car. I casually tell the story to my dad. He starts laughing. Says he isn't surprised since I don't know jack shit about animals. He goes to YouTube and plays some videos of baby foxes. Their sound is like that of children, giggling and laughing. Oh my fucking god, that's what I heard? He says that mother probably had their cubs and was transferring them over the road, and probably was strict with their cubs so they stay silent. That's why we heard dog crying, because their crying is so similar to those of a dog. He even had an explanation for an owl. He said that foxes chase mouses and small things out of their holes, and owls follow foxes so they could get easy kills. My jaw literally dropped. This motherfucker just explained the biggest shit pants experience in my life. I'm glad he did, because if he didn't, I wouldn't have gone to the forest for years.